been a minute, but I'm back. Um, Today is May 9th. It is currently almost 11. Um, I'm going to try and record this as quickly as possible because it's getting pretty late and quiet hours are going to start soon. So I'm going to try and keep this, I won't say short, but I'm going to probably try and be quick about it. Um, let's see. Last video was a while ago. It was a few weeks ago. I meant to do a video last week. I guess not last week, but a few days ago, like on Saturday or Sunday or something. Because I wanted to try to talk about like my trip and stuff, but I'll just do it today instead. And work, my new job. But I'll start with school, I think, instead, because it's been interesting. We have, I think I already talked about this before, but I'll just touch on it again. We have a trip coming up for at school, and we're going to Enoshima, which is just a place like right next to the beach and whatnot. It's like an hour or two away, I think, from here by bus. I think so. Yeah, it's like 2 hours away by bus. And that'll be happening next week, either Thursday or Friday. And so I'll make sure to get a bunch of pictures of that. And post them on Instagram. But other than that, we're getting our tests back tomorrow from when we took our grammar test. And we're starting on learning different adjectives now this week. Oh, and we're starting to learn kanji as well. That's what we did over this week-long break that we just had. We were given like we have like this kanji book that has a bunch of different kanji in it, and we were told to look over all the kanji up to page 50. And there's like 6 or so kanji per page, except at the beginning where there's a bit more because it has like numbers and stuff, which are pretty easy. So it has more. But this is the book that we have. This just says 15 minutes a day of kanji practice. Oh, yeah, it also says it right here. I don't know which orientation this is going to be in a video, but it just says 15 minutes of kanji practice per day. Beginning, pre-intermediate characters. Shokyu, Shochukyu, beginning, pre-intermediate. Let's see. And this is what the first page looks like. Here, I'm just going to block my face. It mostly just has like the kanji right here, right? And then how to write it along here, and then space for you to practice it, right? But that's just the first page. The other pages look like this, mostly. Where it has the kanji, how to write it, different words that it uses in the other languages besides Japanese, and these are in Japanese, and then these are Japanese sentences in which they're used, and it has that for all of them, as well as some other pieces of information that I don't know if I'd be able to show because they're just too tiny. They're just numbers referencing the kanji themselves as well as like stroke count. I don't remember what this top left one is, or this top right one is though. Oh, JLPT level. I see. The JLPT, if anyone doesn't know by now, is it stands for the Japanese Language Proficiency Test, and countries like America and England have the same thing for their own languages, and I imagine other countries do for their own languages, right? For like French and German and stuff like that, right? But Japan has the JLPT, which is the Japanese Language Proficiency Test, or the Nihongo Noryoku Shiken, I believe it's called. And that goes from N5, which is the lowest, to N1, which is more than fluent. N2 is about like where most people in Japan. N2 is about where most people in Japan are. Most people, like most Japanese people. Even most people in America are like if you were to equate it to like an English test instead. N2 is probably where most people would be, and N1 is kind of like you'd be able to. I think, anyways, it's like you'd be able to read and understand a doctorate report or something like that, right? Like a scientific essay or something to that level. Where not everyone can, and not a lot of people can, I guess. So it just shows the level of the kanji. But let's see what else. I think tomorrow we're gonna start. Oh no, I think. Well, we might do a little bit of both, like a little bit of kanji and a little bit of a little bit more adjective practice. But aside from school, that's pretty much it. Not much else is going on. I have a picture of what all we be going over. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Yeah, we have kanji orient, like it says kanji orient, which just means like introduction to kanji. But aside from that, I can't really make out it, like the specific details of what we'd be doing over the next few days. But yeah, so I think that's about it for school. Let's see. I'll talk about the trip I took. We'll go with that. So the trip I just took was I went to a place called Kawaguchiko, and that place is almost right next to Mount Fuji. It's one of the few cities that you can go to. I mean, it's one of the many cities that you can go to, I guess. That you get a great view of Mount Fuji. And both days that we went was fantastic visibility for it. There were no clouds in sight. There was no fog near the mountain or anything. There was just a little bit of snow, or not a little bit, but there was a nice amount of snow at the top to where it wasn't like completely in snow, but it wasn't just like only a little bit at the top. It was like a nice amount. But I took a lot of pictures. I hadn't uploaded them yet because I think mainly I was being lazy. But now that I have a day off today, and I had them on Saturday and Sunday as well, but I like I said, I was being lazy. Um, so I just put them onto my computer, and the ones that I am gonna want to upload, I'm gonna touch up and then upload them hopefully later tonight. But it's 11 right now, and I still have to do my homework. So I don't know if that's gonna happen tonight. Depending on what time I wake up tomorrow, I might be able to touch them up tomorrow. But still, I don't know when I'd be able to upload them because I'm gonna try and do the touch ups on my computer instead. Because I think it's probably just better than doing it on my phone and easier too. Because I'd have to upload the pictures to my phone and then so on and so forth. But hopefully I can get them uploaded tonight. Maybe I'll just slap an auto touch up whatever on them and then upload them or something. I don't know. But yeah, everything was just incredible over there. The sights. Me and a few friends went, so we actually ended up cooking at like the Airbnb that we stayed at, which was nice. It wasn't all that expensive, but it still was kind of expensive, a little bit, just because of like the Airbnb and like different fees attached to it and whatnot. Stuff like that. I think it's probably cheaper than if we had went during the peak times of the year, which are around the beginning of summer, because most of the snow is gone, so people can climb up it. So I think it was cheaper than normal, but still not that cheap. It was probably like converted to dollars was maybe $80, $90 in total. Like it doesn't really seem that bad, especially just to go see Mount Fuji for like a night, right? Or like 2 days there and back, right? The travel, staying there, food, everything, right? It's not that bad, but like I'm just trying to save money for now. So um what else? Um that's pretty much it. I got some of my coworkers some what are called omiyage, which are just souvenirs essentially. But I haven't given them yet because I wanted to wait until I'm probably gonna give them tomorrow. Actually, I wanted to wait until I could give them all out, but there's so many different people at my job that it's hard to do that. So I'm just gonna go in tomorrow and hand them out, I think. Um, but I guess that's a good segue to start talking about the job, though. So the place that I'm currently working at, I don't know if I talked about it in my last video or not, but it is rather a place it's a job at a hotel. And it's a very nice hotel as well. It's right on the pier of Tokyo, and it's overlooking like the ocean and stuff. It's very nice. I think on Google it's classified as a 5-star hotel. And like let's see if I can get really quickly the cost of a one night stay. Or I guess it's not overlooking the ocean because you don't really get to see the ocean that much from Tokyo, but it's kind of like a very small. Is it very small compared to? Oh yeah, it's a very small gulf, like a gulf, the Gulf of Mexico. It's like just like an. Is that what a gulf is? I don't know. It's just a very small like horseshoe shaped inlet, right? And it's right next to not the Sky Tree, not the Tokyo Sky Tree, but it's close to the. It's within like a 20-minute walk or so of the Tokyo Tower. Um, 5-star hotel, a single night for May 9th. Oh yeah, that's today. Is 35,000 yen, which is about $200, give or take. Right? 200, 250, something like that. But the place that I work at is like a buffet, so it's a lot of people going up, getting dishes, coming back, wash, rinse, repeat, right? Stuff like that. And so mainly what I do there is, oh, and keep in mind I have to do all of this stuff that I'm about to say while wearing a white button up, an undershirt, a white button up, black dress pants, and a like a suit jacket, and a mask. I have to do all of these things. Some of them isn't really that bad, but as soon as I get to more of the like physical stuff, then it gets kind of intense. I have to wipe the dishes after they come out of the dishwasher so they don't leave any spots anywhere, like water spots. Um, Same thing with like the dishes, the silverware and the wine glasses, all the glasses, all the silverware and stuff like that. The what are called hashioki, which is this little like it's like this, it's like rectangle shaped. It's about that thick too, and all of the utensils, including the chopsticks, which are the hashi, um, they all like rest on it. Um, and so you have to wipe all those down. Um, Sometimes when it's busy, probably like tomorrow or Thursday or Friday. Mondays, I work Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Mondays are, so far, they've been slow. Yesterday, in fact, was so slow that I was able to deep clean the entire, not the entire, but a fairly large section of the back area. And that's basically what I did the entire day, was just mop and sweep the back area. When I'm in the back, though, I can take off like my suit jacket and my mask, but as soon as I get anywhere near the front, I need to put those both back on. And so sometimes when it's busy, though, I need to go out and clean up tables and stuff like that. But you need to do so in a dignified manner because it's a very nice buffet, and restaurants in Japan are already like very respectful towards the customers. So it's kind of, you need to be very careful about what you do and how you appear, how you present yourself, and stuff like that. So, like, for instance, when I go and pick up the dishes, if there are other people nearby, like other customers sitting at other tables nearby, I can't go in with a huge tray because it's large. So, not only when I walk over there, I might be a nuisance to other people like behind me while I'm getting the stuff, or like around me in general, right? But also when I leave, I have to pick it up, and I end up with a very large area that I take up, and it can create a lot of noise. Noise is a big thing that you have to be careful of when doing that stuff too, because you don't want to disturb their, while I'm working, dinner that they're having. And so you just have to be careful of that kind of stuff. Another thing is that you have to pay attention to where most of the customers are when you're walking back to the back, because there are a couple different entrances to the back that you can take, And so if a lot of customers are around one entrance, you need to take the other one so as not to like, sumimasen, excuse me, I need to take the dishes back, right? You need to go around to the other one where the customers aren't, so you're not bothering them or anything, right? Do the occasional "irashaimase," welcome to the store. Domo arigatou gozaimasu if they're leaving the store. Thank you for choosing to eat here. Stuff like that. I don't do too much like interaction with the customers other than that. Because although like I would say I haven't been out too much, so and I've been told it varies by day, but I think it's like 50% Japanese people and the other 50% are foreigners. But I still wouldn't say that the majority of foreigners are American or English speaking, I guess. I guess you could say that. Well, my point is they're not like American or from the UK or Canada, right? They're not like native English speakers, right? Is what I meant by that. Um, so it's not like I'd have a very wide or a very large number of people to be addressing to, but there is also the main difficulty at work because like physical labor, right? Yada yada yada. It sucks. You end up sweaty. Whatever. Who cares? Get fit or something, right? But the um the hardest thing there is communication, obviously, right? Because um most of the staff, I'd say about 80%, are native Japanese people, right? So they speak Japanese. There is actually a surprising amount of people from Nepal that are working there. Um, I guess. Well, yeah, it's kind of surprising. There's some people that are doing the dishes. There's also like one of the people from Nepal is two of the people. I think the other one's from Nepal. There are like two people from Nepal that are like the people I go to whenever I finish like whatever I'm doing. Which that's another thing that so far seems different and interesting from working in America, and I'll get to that. But uh, when sorry, I was about the surprising number of Nepalese people. Anyways, yeah, it's just I wasn't expecting it. But so far I am the I've been the only white person that I've seen working there so far. So, um, but there are people that do speak English that I'm able to speak English to if I need to, but most of the time, um, I'm trying to listen and communicate in Japanese. As broken as my uh, speech is, um, I still try to communicate in Japanese and get my point across before resorting to English. Um, but the thing that is interesting was while I'm working there, it seems like most of the time my daily routine is get there, get like like a number thing from the front desk people, whatever. Go up, change and everything. Um, get my name card and my bow tie, and uh, like do my aisatsu, which is my greeting to um, my like managers and whatnot that I meet at first, and any coworkers that I pass along the way say like "Otsukare-sama desu," which is like thank you for your hard work, stuff like that, right? Um, and then uh, go get changed, stuff like all that stuff, right? And then once I'm ready to start working, I go up to whatever floor I'm working on. So far, it's only been one restaurant, but I think that you can get assigned to different restaurants. So I need to pay attention to which one I'm assigned to each day. Um, but go up to the restaurant that I'm working at, um, and then when I get there, I need to go say my aisatsu to everyone. And so far, I've been doing it to just like my manager and then other like staff members that are wearing like the same uniform, but I'm trying to start doing it to like the chefs and stuff too, because I think you're supposed to say it to everyone, because uh, when people leave, they say that they say stuff to me too, and I'll get to that later. But um, let's see. After I say my aisatsu, my greeting to um, everyone there, um, then usually they'll give me a job to do, right? Fairly normal. Hey, I need you to do this. Say, okay, sure. Finish that. Do it, finish it, whatever. But then afterwards, um, it's not really like, excuse me, it's not really, okay, I finished this. What else can I do? Or what else do I need to do, right? It's not so much, so far, it's not really like self dictated. It's more, okay, I finished my task, I've cleaned up, I've done everything right. I need to go back to my boss, report in, owarimashita. I've finished. Is there anything else I can do? Um, and then he or she, they will go ahead and tell me, okay, then I need you to do this now. Next up is this. There is an earpiece that I'm supposed to be wearing, but I can't understand people at the best of times. And even in English, I have trouble understanding people on the like um in like the drive-through and whatnot, and over the earpieces and stuff like that, and the speakers and whatnot, even in English. So I literally can't understand a single word. I can't make out anything that anyone's saying on on the earpiece. So it's almost useless for me. It's not entirely useless, right? Because I can still catch people saying my name on it. Um, but because I'm checking in so much with my managers and stuff, I don't really, unless they like say, "Hey, you need to be wearing this and whatnot," right? Then I'm just not gonna worry about it. Um, but like, yeah. Um, but after a while, I get a break and whatnot, and usually with the earpiece, when they tell you to go take a break, they'll probably, normally they would say it over the earphone. I would assume, unless it's slow, then they might come look for you. But usually they'll say it over the earphone, like, "Hey, go take your break," and then you would say, in my case, you would say, "Jacob des 休憩をできます," or 30分休憩をできます, which just means like uh, start to finish would be, this is Jacob. I'm about to take my break, or I'm about to take my 30-minute break and come back, right? Itekimasu. Go and take it. Go and come back. But I don't have the headphones, so when usually they'll come up to me and say, "Hey, you can go take a break if you want. And I'd be like, okay. And then I'll probably I don't bother my my very top of the restaurant manager with that information, but I do tell I don't tell everyone. I do tell like some people though, like, hey, QKO tekimasu, stuff like that, right? And then I come back, and then as soon as I come back, I report back to the manager and say, hey, QKO modotte kimasu. I've taken my break and I've returned, or I'm returning from my break, either way. Um, and then after that, give more tasks, do the stuff, and then work until they close at like 10 or so, 9:30, 10, something like that. I think it closes at 10, but the last order is at like 9:45 or something like that. So if nobody's in the restaurant, which if nobody's in the restaurant by 9:45, which was the case yesterday, I think we just close early. But let's see. After the restaurant closes, it's mostly just cleaning, getting everything clean for the next day. I don't do any prep or anything. Mostly, I just clean stuff and wipe stuff. Um, but it involves a lot of sweeping, vacuuming, mopping. Not necessarily sweeping. I just did that yesterday because it was slow. Mostly, it's just mopping and vacuuming. But let's see. Afterwards, once it's my time to leave, sometimes I think it's only been on Mondays so far because it's slow. We do get some scraps that are left over, and it's always so good. I had like the salad that was in like a cup yesterday, almost like a milkshake cup, and it had some greens, this egg that was like soft boiled somewhat, this like meat sauce, I think, some onions. It was super good. Um, and then on like my first day here, I had uh, I was getting introduced to everything, and he was like, "Yeah, it's kind of slow. So I mean, if you want to like try some of the food, you can go ahead and do that." And then my manager just grabbed me a plate, got some food. He's like, "Hey, what do you want?" I was like, "Oh, I'll try some of that." And he's like, "Oh, okay, cool. Here you go. Do you want some juice?" And I was like, "Sure." He's like, "Here you go." It's like, okay. So I took like a little mini break, um, and just tried a lot of like the dumplings and stuff like that. It was so good. All of it is so good. Um, but after we're done cleaning and everything, um, I'm gonna say I go to my boss and say, hey, well, I don't ever like say I'm going to leave now, right? I only leave when my boss says, okay, well, it's about time for you to leave, and there's nothing else to do, or you've done everything that we needed you to do, so you can go ahead and leave. I never ask about leaving. The only thing that gets close to me doing that is saying what time is it. Um, but I only ask that because I'm nervous about missing the last train, because I've had it to where by the time I get to my not to my station, but to the station that takes me to my station, if that makes sense. Like the station I go to take the train to my station, right? Um, I've had it happen where I get there and um, my train isn't the last train available at that available for the night, but like the next one or two are, right? So I'm just very worried about missing it and having to walk an hour and a half at like 11:30 at night or 11 o'clock at night or something like that, right? After I just worked um, 5 hours or so, 4 or 5 hours. Um, so um, that's really the only reason why I ask like what time is it when it gets close. But other than that, they just say, hey, you can go ahead and leave now. And then I go to I say, okay, thank you, otsukare-sama desu, uh, which is just the thank you for working hard, right? And then go up to the, uh, what else? I go up to all my coworkers, otsukare-sama desu. Oh, actually, but usually before that, before I go to my coworkers and say, I go to the very head boss, because this is the thing that you need to tell him. You say, "Saki ni shitsurei shimasu, otsukare-sama deshita," and then he'll say the same thing back, right? He won't say "Saki ni shitsurei shimasu." The "Saki ni shitsurei shimasu" is um, it, well, literally translated, it's something along the lines of like, "Excuse me for leaving first," right? But if you were to just translate it normally, it'd just be I'm leaving first. Good work for today. Saki ni shitsurei shimasu, otsukare-sama desu. I'm leaving first. Thank you for your work today. Um, and then say to the other coworkers, Saki ni shitsurei shimasu, otsukare-sama desu, otsukare-sama desu. And then go ahead and leave. Go to the changing room, change into your day clothes, which usually I just wear something like this, right? Jeans are fine to walk in. Just you need to change into like the other stuff, right, in order to start working. Grab all my stuff, all my like bags and stuff that I take with me, and then head back out and go back home. That's pretty much everything. I need to fill out like a sheet when I come in and leave at the front desk and check my temperature and all that good COVID stuff. But other than that, I mean that's like basically what I do. I haven't done anything else other than that so far. I've heard it said one time, and I don't remember if it was directly to me. I think it was, but it was somebody who didn't really speak English as their primary language. So I don't know how much of this is true, but they were saying something like, we're using this restaurant for you as like a test period thing. So I don't know, and that's just from my memory, which isn't really the greatest. So that could be wrong in its entirety as well. Um, but for now, I think that's what I'm going to be doing, which isn't really that bad. The only bad thing is that during some of the stuff, like my back starts hurting a lot. But I think it's just like the because of the position I'm in, I'm like slightly hunched over and like working stuff, especially like the silverware. And vacuuming, the vacuum sucks. It's not very tall. Um, so I have to hunch over like really badly to vacuum the floors. Um, but most of the time it's fine. Um, let's see. Yeah, so I work Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I really wish I could have had it Monday, Tuesday working, Wednesday off, Thursday, Friday. It feels a lot better than Monday off, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off, off. Um, because it's it's spread out more evenly, and it's also just like I don't know. It feels better, but like a lot of the other people in my class have Tuesdays off, or they're free on Tuesday. Not like everyone, obviously, but most people, I would say, are free on Tuesdays and weekends somehow. Um, so I told my work that I could only work on Tuesdays, and or I can only work Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, so that in case people want to either hang out or um, they need help with studying or something like that, right? Then I'm available to try and hang out or help them. Um, which today we hung out at a place called me and a couple of other friends hung out at a place called Torikizoku, which is, I thought it was like an izakaya, but my my teacher when I asked gave me kind of a look, so I don't think that's the case anymore. Um, I think it's like a what is it? A uh like a yakiniku place, right? They've got like the only reason why I think it's a izakaya is because they have uh beer and they also have uh yakitori, which I thought were like izakaya staples, but I may have been wrong. I have no idea. Um, but we went to that place and all of the food was so good. Um, and pretty cheap too. It was like uh 6,000 yen for I don't even know how to describe how large these glasses were. I didn't have any, but um for like glasses that were I mean they're like the size of my head. Not like as wide, but as tall as my head is, right? Maybe they're like let me see. Oh, maybe it is like as wide as my head. They're ginormous glasses of beer that people ordered, and somebody ordered two of them, and then other people ordered like I think everybody had like two drinks. Maybe one person had like one, but there were four people in total. I didn't have any drinks. I just ordered some food and some soda and a water. The water I think was free, if I'm not mistaken. Um, but yeah, 6,000 yen for four people with a lot of beer is pretty good. Um, or I guess I don't know if it's a lot of beer. I've never really had it before, so it could be a normal amount. But God, the glasses they were huge glasses, literally almost the size of my head, except not not as like long, right? Just like that and like that. Well, how do I rotate my hands correctly? I don't know. Head sized, kind of that shaped. But yeah, it was fun. We're planning on going on they're planning on going to karaoke over on the weekend, I think, as well. But we'll have to see. I don't know. But I think that's it. It's starting to get kind of late now. I still have to do my homework, and it is currently 11:40. So don't think that I'm going to be doing the pictures tonight. Actually, what I'll probably do is I'll probably just try and edit a couple and upload a couple, and then what I might do is save the best for last, obviously. So I'll probably just do a couple of pictures that I think look nice. Touch them up real quick. One like two, maybe three photos, and then just upload them. I might not even touch them up either. Might just upload them. We'll see. I'll upload them tonight. Some pictures. I don't know when this is gonna get uploaded because I think usually the internet at night sucks. So I'll try and upload it uh, soon, and we'll just see. But this video is 44 minutes long now and counting, so I think I'm just gonna stop there. And then if I need to add anything else, it'll be in the next video. So thank you for listening, and I will hopefully upload another one next week. Bye.